Hey there! You're now tuning again to the last brain cell where five curious minds try to make sense of the world, one topic at a time. Kung minsan napapaisip ka rin, grabe, ano bang weather natin lately? Well, same here. Today, we're talking about climate change and flood control in the Philippines. Kung paano technology, policies, and community efforts are trying to save our islands from rising waters.
Actually, climate change is real. At ramdam na ramdam ito ng mga Pilipino every single year. We're seeing longer typhoon seasons, stronger storms, at sobrang unpredictable na ulan. And do you know that the Philippines remains one of the most disaster-prone countries in the world? Mainly dahil sa location natin sa Pacific Ring of Fire and the Typhoon Belt. Dahil dito, millions of Filipinos are always at risk.
Actually, speaking of rain, just this early November, Typhoon Kino or Kalmaegi hit parts of Cebu, bringing heavy rainfall and massive flooding. News articles also mentioned that the typhoon had brought more than a month's worth of rain. Maraming families ang napilitang lumikas, reminding us once again kung gaano ka-vulnerable ang communities natin sa extreme weather. Meanwhile, in Luzon, rising sea levels sa Manila Bay are slowly threatening our low-lying areas tulad ng Navotas at Malabon. Chronic flooding na nga ang problema nila at posibleng mas lumala pa in the coming years.
Pero hindi naman lahat pure bad news, and technology is stepping into helping us adapt to the changes in the climate. Pag-asa uses advanced weather radar systems at satellite imaging para ma-monitor ang bagyo, ma-track ang rainfall, at ma-identify ang flood-prone areas. Dahil dito, nabibigyan ng communities ng precious time to prepare, evacuate, at protektahan ang mga mahalaga. Climate change is a global problem that's not only present in the Philippines, but for the Philippines, it became an everyday reality. And now, with better awareness and better technology, mas mapapalakas natin ang resilience ng ating bansa moving forward.
Alam nyo, one major way to fight flooding is infrastructure. Projects like the Pasig River Rehabilitation and Mega Manila Flood Control are big government efforts. May pumping stations, levees, at river dredging para maiwasan ang heavy floods. LGUs are helping too. Halimbawa, Quezon City installed flood sensors connected sa smart system noong 2024 para ma-alert ang residents bago tumindi ang baha. Pero recent issue, corruption sa flood control projects. The 2025 World Risk Report ulit tinawag ang Pilipinas as most disaster-prone, habang Senate hearings nag-expose ng kickbacks at ghost projects sa DPWH. Ayon sa PCIJ, 31 billion napunta sa Discayas at 15.7 billion sa cost. Flood control budgets tumaas from 79 billion in 2016 to over 200 billion by 2021. Under Marcos Jr., may 9,855 projects worth 545 billion pero marami daw substandard o hindi makita.
Yes, that's very true, pero hindi lang infrastructure ang solution. Nature-based solutions like mangroves are also super important. Sa Cebu, mangrove reforestation protects coastal areas from storm surges. Sa Laguna de Bay, DENR and communities ay nagtanim ng libo-libo ng mga puno para ma-absorb ang mga rainwater at maiwasan din ang soil erosion. Recently, DENR launched the Baka 1 project, isang citizen science initiative para i-manage at protektahan ang mga mangroves. Volunteers use satellite mapping, drones at ODK Collect para ma-check ang mangrove cover. Parte ito ng National Mangrove Map 2023 initiative, tracking and restoring mangroves nationwide. Even small actions help rainwater harvesting, proper waste management para di mag-clog ang drains at urban gardening. Ang mangroves din, natural barriers sila laban sa typhoons at storm surges. Projects gaya ng Project Transform use hazard maps at empower communities to act proactively at nakakatulong sa disaster resilience at protection ng buhay.
Exactly. Policies are super important too. The Philippine Climate Change Act of 2009 created the Climate Change Commission to plan adaptation and mitigation strategies. The Enhanced Local Climate Change Action Plan, which was made in 2023, mandates LGUs to conduct vulnerability assessments to implement flood control projects. Bukod dito, CCC urged local planning officers to fully use the National Adaptation Plan, which is NAP, at People's Survival Fund, which is also called the PSF, para palakasin ang climate resilience ng mga communities natin. The NAP gives a long-term strategy para ma-reduce climate-related loss and mabuild ang adaptive capacity by the year 2050. PSF provides financial support for local adaptation projects. Don't forget that the Green Building Code promotes sustainable urban planning and reduces flood risks in new developments. Sa madaling salita, climate adaptation isn't just about reacting. It's about planning ahead for a safer, sustainable Philippines.
Wow, grabe! Infrastructure, laws, mangrove, sensors, ang dami talagang efforts to fight climate change and flooding. And hearing all of this, parang na-realize ko na kahit gaano kahirap yung problema, hindi naman tayo totally helpless eh. Ang dami ng ginagawa ng communities such as NGOs, diba? Scientists, and even the government. Pero kailangan kasi din natin makiambag, as the citizens of the Philippines. May we have this initiative and be socially responsible din, diba? And what is more important of this topic kasi is kailangan may accountability din tayo, di ba? Na dapat managot ang kailangang managot. Kasi at the end of the day, tayo rin ang unang maapektuhan kapag bumaha, di ba? So, if we all have these tools, imagine what else we could do if every city, every barangay actually works together and take these seriously. Siguro, mas mabilis ang response time, mas onti ang damage, and what's even more better is we're even more prepared for the next typhoon, di ba? But I don't want that to manifest, no? Pero at least ready tayo in anumang season, di ba? Bahayin tayo, di ba? Now, I cannot let this day pass without asking my fellow kapodcasters, I want to know your thoughts. Syempre, we're all curious here eh. So, I want to ask if you could suggest one innovation or policy to help your barangay cope with flooding, what would it be and why?
Speaking of innovation, I think the early community warning apps could be very useful. Kasi kahit may infrastructure tayo, kung wala tayong info, we are still placed at a very vulnerable position.
Agree. Also, promoting rain gardens or permeable roads in urban areas can really help reduce floodwaters naturally.
So overall, climate change and flooding affect everyone. But with smart infrastructure, nature-based solutions, and even strong policies, the Philippines can adapt. Marami pa tayong pwedeng pag-usapan like disaster preparedness, renewable energy, and sustainable cities. So, thanks for listening and see you in our next episode.